Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 24 of the 200 horsepower challenge here on Calmlands with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it's the next month, and our money has gone up. That's because I did sell off all of our silage, so we're up to 363,000, more than enough to cover our potato harvesters. And I currently have both seed and fertilizer running in our production here, and they are currently set to selling. So at the top of the hour, we'll get a bump from those products being sold. I've completed all our chores this morning except for moving the manure and the slurry from both pens. The reason for that is after we finish the activities of this month, I'm going to need to stock up on solid fertilizer again. So the next batch, I will make sure I replenish our reserves before I sell any. But you can see we have some barley ready to harvest, not only here in this field, but in the field across the way over there by our factory. So that is what we're going to get up to. So I'll get everything set up and over there, and I will bring you back in when we're ready to start harvesting. So we'll see you then. Well, we're all set to do some harvesting here. Now, on the other barley harvest we did, in the field that's actually behind us that has our potatoes in, and all our vegetable harvests, we did our harvesting north-south. And that worked out very well because there was nothing in the way, and I didn't need to do any headlands, as you noticed, because we just ran off into the neighbor's grass field. Well, this field here, I want to harvest north-south as well, but we've got this obstacle right in front of us to contend with. So for that reason, on this end, we're going to do a pretty good size headland, so the worker, when we get him or her running north-south, won't have any issues. Now, some of the work on this field you may recall I did in the east-west direction, but that's before we had our vegetables in, so we could run off in this direction here, but I don't want our worker running over our, I guess it's parsnips in that field, isn't it, now? I'd rather he didn't run over it. I know, oops, that was the wrong button. I didn't need to shut everything right down. Now I know a worker won't damage our crops, but it's certainly not very realistic. I suppose I could have left myself a little larger band here. Well, I didn't, so we just got to deal with it. Not a problem. Now, I think this time we'll just straighten out this kink right here. Now you can see I've got the straw swath on. We really will probably be selling most of this straw. So I could have turned the straw swath off and just distributed it, but I mean, I know straw isn't worth a lot, but it's not worth nothing, so we might as well pick it up. Now I had talked about possibly baling the straw, and I would like to get to that place, but I did a quick test, and our fermenting silo will not accept bales, so it needs to have it in loose form. Now I did look for a Deutz baler. I'd like a square baler, or it would need to be if it was a round baler, it'd need to have a bale-in turner on it because of the hills we deal with here. But all the Deutz-Fahr balers I found were very expensive because they were, kind of reskins of fairly modern balers, and also there was horsepower issues. So unfortunately, that's not going to work for us. So if we were to use a square baler, we'd probably either use the John Deere one, or there is a Krone one too that is very similar and quite cost effective. They're only about $12,000 or so. So that's not the problem. The problem is the bale stacking the wagon. They are pricey for square bales. They're 90 grand. So we would need $100,000 to start doing square straw bales. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Again, talking, not paying attention. And we got to swing around here, obviously, because we're facing the wrong direction. So let's do that. Now, where is our other tractor? Over here. Yeah, so we'd need 100 grand anyways to carry on with that conversation. And right now we have a surplus of 63. I'm not sure what we're going to get for the seeds and fertilizer. I suspect it would be enough that we could do it, but probably just. So I'll see. But I would like to get to that point where we could do at least the straw with bales. But if we could do everything with bales, then we could sell our loading wagon, and we definitely, comfortably have enough. But unfortunately, we still need to pick up our grass with our loading wagon. But of course, we have the advantage of being able to use the additive in our loading wagon, which of course we can't in the baler. There is a Krone baler that you can use the silage additive with, but we don't have anywhere near the horsepower to run that bad boy. So, and we actually are now going to be in the situation where we have more straw to pick up, I think, than we have grass. So, yeah, that's my plan anyway. So as soon as we can reasonably do it, I think we'll move to bales for our straw. Just a lot more efficient. Oh, see, there's the top of the hour. Wow, actually almost exactly. What is going on here, Farmer Murphy? Oh, I had crop destruction on. Obviously, I've got it turned off first. Oh, that's right. We did it when we did the vegetable harvest, and I haven't turned it back on. Lucky for me, I had to run over that spot twice. Oh, my. Well, I think that's probably good enough. We can get a worker going. We certainly can, anyways, get a start on it. It's going to be close if he can get back around there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do a few passes here, and then we'll take one more headland off at some point, just when he gets close to that rock. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Now, you can probably hear my dog going nuts in the background. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and there's a garage sale going on at my place here. And of course, she has to let us know the obvious, that there are people around, so she's going berserk. So I apologize for that. Not much I can do. Got my door closed, my window closed. But every time someone comes up, she's gonna bark. So yeah, I'm not sure if I do end up buying the baler and the wagon off camera and doing the straw that way. I will certainly show it the next harvest, because we won't be finished before we do at least one more barley harvest for sure. Haven't decided yet. This is, I'm basically sitting on the field I was thinking of buying next. If I did buy it, what I do is put in a small corn patch and a small vegetable patch, and we do some extra red beets. But just, like I said, jury's still out on that decision. Actually, what we should do here is we should run down and pick him up on the run. Oh no, the pipe's going to be on the... What side is that sucker on now? Yeah, it's on the outside now. That's what I thought. We'll pick him up here while he's coming up, on the pipe's on the right side. And we don't have a situation. So we're getting pretty good yield off this field. Now my intention for this episode was just to show this barley harvest. Just haven't shown a complete barley harvest on any of our large fields, so thought maybe it was about time. If we have enough time, I might need to end up time-lapsing some of it, I suppose, but we'll see. There, we'll stop there. We'll let him carry on and he can get turned around. I was just watching how he was turning. Yeah, we probably want to take one more headland off when he gets closer there. Darn dog. I'll maybe put it on mute here for some of it so you don't have to listen to her. Okay, as you can see, like, we didn't do a headland down here, and I just let him turn around on the neighbor's grass. They don't mind. Made a slight alteration with the dog, because while it was muted there, she went absolutely nuts because one of our friends came in the house. So we'll give this a try. You still might hear her, but she's locked up in another room. Of course, you might prefer I'd be on mute because you don't have to listen to me natter away. When we started the series, I mentioned about possibly having 2 harvesters, but the way things have kind of turned out, I don't think we really could justify having 2. Now my plan is, I'm going to keep enough barley on hand that we can fill the chickens feed up one complete time. So basically, I didn't look to see what it was when it was full, but let's say it held 20,000 liters for sake of argument. I'll keep 20,000 liters on hand out of this harvest. I figure that should be more than enough. and the rest will turn to seed. It takes a small amount of manure to do that, but if we don't have enough to make our fertilizer from manure and slurry, we'll just make it from the slurry. Now, when it's our cows' numbers increase, of course, that would come to a point where it wasn't an issue. We'd have more than enough of manure to handle both. Our forage production is still full of raw materials. I haven't turned it on. I've just been working away on that last batch we made when we filled it up. We basically have enough raw materials in there to fill the outgoing up again, so not too worried about that. When we start, when we have to turn it on to provide the TMR, is when I'll fill up the raw material side again. Realized I did a little bit of equipment moving around, as you can see here, but I'm gonna have to do some more. I'm not really happy with the way it is. It's I don't mind moving things to get at other things. That's kind of the way it goes. At least around these parts, farmers will have big sheds and they'll be moving stuff in and out based on what they need and when. But not working for me right now, so I'm gonna have to make some wee adjustments there. Actually, while we're here, let's see if we can get an idea what our chicken pen actually holds. So that's 16, so it's probably very close to 20,000 liters. So I think that's what we'll keep on hand, 20,000 liters of barley. And then everything else can be turned to seed or sold. Now this morning, I had to do a little bit of work on this field here to our right, our newest barley field. Some of the field had been plowed, as you recall, but some had not. We drilled right over the grass, so I had some weeds to get out of there. And of course I fertilized it as well. So I did that this morning off camera as well. Next month, it looks like it'll be grass work again. So I suppose, I wonder where our potatoes are at. They're probably a couple months away yet, aren't they? So if we had anywheres over 100,000, we could buy the straw equipment safely, and because we'd have more silage to sell here. Although it's not the best time of year to be selling silage, admittedly. We're coming right into the low season for that. We were forced into it at times to sell it just because of storage limitations, but now that we've reduced our grass fields a little bit, we may be in a position where, oh shoot, talked too long and now he's going to be full. I don't think he'll make it to the end. Yeah, we'd have a little more flexibility as far as selling it at peak price, not being forced into sell it because we needed the room. Of course, we always could press our old original bunker into service. It's still sitting there, and I still have that nifty compactor. Yes, that's the true Murphy way for things to happen. That close to the end. No biggie. We can deal with this. Actually, that's not bad. The true Murphy way would run out about 3 feet from the end. While he's doing that, I'll take a look at the time, because we got some time left yet. I don't think we'll get this field done, though. Probably what we'll do is we'll run till we're just about out of time, and then I'll just do a jump cut to the end. You know what I forgot to do? I meant to take a note of how much barley we still had in our silo before we did this. So I'm not going to know exactly how much we got off this field because I did not note that. Well, whoopsie. Too late now. I guess we could keep track of trailer loads, but that trailer wasn't completely full either, so. Let's take a look. What are we at now in there? Oh, we need to go up here, don't we? 67,000. So we were probably about 60,000 roughly, I'd say. Oh no, this is the big trailer, isn't it? So 55 maybe? Seen 50 and 55,000. We'll go with that. Now I know he's not going to have very much on, but we'll pick him up and empty him out just to make sure he's got enough to get. I was going to say down and back, but actually he'd just be down, won't it? He doesn't seem to be slowing down on that hillside at all, or negligible if he is. Or she, I didn't look to see if we have a, oh, it looks like it's a he in there. So I was talking to some buddies about my plans for my next series. They seem to like it. It might actually be something really different. We'll see. Haven't completely decided, so I'm not going to say anything at this point, but could be a big departure. Currently I've been releasing, or trying to anyways, release 3 videos a week. I think for the summer I will scale that back to 2, just because, you know, summertime there's so much more going on. But basically that new series will replace this one when we get it wrapped up. But there'll probably be a bit of a gap because I'll work on Silver Run and the Valley Spring one, and try and get one of those wrapped up as well before I start the next one. And then the 2 videos a week will work out a little better. But the next series and Bloomfield I envision will run right to the end of FS22 if the new game comes out in November. But the other series will obviously be done. That's the plan anyway. Oh, I better check the time again. Not a whole bunch left. Of course, we can always go a little longer. I do try and keep my videos to about 30 minutes, but I don't mind if the odd one goes a little longer. Well, we'll see how he makes out, because I actually didn't make that extra headland. He's hitting right about right for the middle of our little rock patch here. This was considered, does he have enough room to back up and pick up all of it? Oh yeah, he does lots. Well, I think we have room in our trailer for one more. I think after we pick up this load, I'll leave you there and we'll just jump cut to the end. We're more than half done, I'd say, or pretty near anyways. Not enough time to do a time lapse, so yeah, we'll do that. I'll just finish the last little bit off camera and we'll see how much we got. Oh, you know, something else I meant to admit is I did a little stinking thinking when I was talking about our windrower and whether windrowing up the straw would make a difference. But if we jump out here, what I didn't take into account is there's half a header width here on this side and this side of each windrow, which means basically it's only 2 header widths wide between here and here, which is 12 meters. So our windrower actually would pick up 3 straw windrows and combine them into one. So it would save us 1 trip, if you follow me. So something I could do. Now if I decide to go the baler route, I might not bother because we don't need to stop with the baler at all, or and dump it. You just up and down and easy peasy done. But we could technically windrow that. I realized at some point that there was some more stinking thinking on my part. So three windrows are only 12 meters apart. Our windrow is 14, although it would be some pretty fine driving to make sure you didn't, so you picked up all 3, but theoretically could be done. Go. We'll get out of his way, we'll put our cover on, and we'll head to the silo. Well, I'm really pleased with how things have gone here so far. Really no regrets on this series. Everything has kind of worked out the way I hoped. It has been fun, but it is, like I said, it's getting, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I am excited about the new series and getting that going. I've been thinking about it for a long time. It's been percolating in the back of my mind, so I am looking forward to getting that started when it happens. And it just, every time I see that umbrella and chair up there on top of the silo, I wish I could climb up there, because that would be great for taking some thumbnail pictures or just sitting and looking over the farm. You'd have a great view from up there. If I was allowed to lease things, I could lease a telehandler and get up there. I could climb up the telehandler boom. But I'm not going to buy a telehandler just so I can get on the top of my silo. Maybe we'll do that at the very end, just as a wrap up. That might be an idea. Well, anyways, I'm going to leave you there because we have chewed up quite a bit of time. I will jump cut to the end and we'll get a rough estimate of where we are on our barley. So we'll see you when we're done. Well, just rolling up here to our silo with our final load. We'll see what we got off that field. You can see we passed the top of the hour again, so our money is now up to 406. So we do have enough money actually that we could buy that baler and the bale stacker, because it's going to be a couple months yet before we need the harvesters, and we'll have more products to sell by then, so it shouldn't be an issue. All right, we have 122,000, so we got about 80,000 liters or thereabouts, between 70 and 80,000 off of that field. Now we'll get another 19,000, nearly 20,000 off the small field, so lots of barley. But I'm gonna have to leave you there. I'll carry on and get this small field done here and that barley put in the silo, and then of course I need to turn these fields around, so that'll be the rest of the activities for this month, and I will see you likely in a couple months, and we'll be doing some root crop harvesting. I think all that's going to be going on next month is grass work. So if you're still with me, really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to know when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode, here on Comlands, Farmer Murphy signing off.